Hello, good evening, and welcome to the latest edition of Custard Music Magazine. And today is going to be the first of our brief fireside chats. And what I want you to tell me is whether I am the biggest idiot that ever bought any music ever, or whether you're all as bad as me. This is what I did. I sat and figured this out this week, and I thought about it, and I thought, yeah, it's pretty bonkers, wasn't it? So I started collecting records and things, records really, in the back end of the 70s. 1979ish, I suppose it would be, when I started seriously buying albums. Now, I carried on doing that until about 1991 or 1992, when I, like most other people, jumped ship and went over to CD. Now, I didn't do what some people did and sell their records off. I kept all them. But what I then proceeded to do for the next, goodness knows how many years, probably right up until about 2020, I suppose, in the pandemic, is not only buy new music on CD, but also go around buying all of the stuff that I'd already got on vinyl, again on CD, because all the experts told me CD was the way to go and it would sound better and it'd last forever. And my records would wear out and then become obsolete, and I needed it on CD and it just sounded much better anyway. So basically what that means is I bought all of the records from all the bands that I like and everything once on vinyl. Then I bought them all again on CD. And then, of course, with sort of CD being cheaper to make and all that stuff, all the bands started re-releasing all these albums, didn't they? In 2-disc sets with extra tracks and bonus things and B-sides and all that. So I bought them all again. Then what happened when we had the old COVID pandemic is people started playing the records again, didn't they? And I started doing that as well, although I was still playing them a little bit. I was mostly playing records. I should say that for a long time my records were stored away. But then when I came here, on my own, I had room to put them out and nobody to say to me, oh, they're in the way, do you need all that space for all them? I could do what I liked, so I put them back out again. And I started to play them, but if I'd got the record and I'd got the CD, I played the CD because the CD was easy to put on and supposedly sounded better, didn't it? The only records that I played were ones that I hadn't managed to get hold of on CD, that rather so obscure that they have never been given a CD release, or I didn't get around to getting them, or maybe didn't want them that much, that I thought I'd buy a CD copy as well. But of course, what happened then in 2020 when the vinyl thing comes back? Well, he starts re-releasing vinyl and stuff again. And of course, I was sitting here and I was trawling through the internet, actually doing all that sort of stuff, and I suddenly realised that all of my old Deep Purple albums had been re-released on purple vinyl and stuff, and I thought, oh, that'll be exciting, let's buy all them again. And so what I ended up doing then was buying them all again. But not only did I do that, what I then started doing was trying to find all of the CDs that I'd bought in the 90s that came out on vinyl first, and going around buying them up on vinyl. So what I did, I amassed a collection of vinyl and then rebought it on CD. Then I amassed a collection of CD, and then what I started to do was try and recollect what I could of it on vinyl. And even now, albums from the 90s getting their first ever vinyl release, and I'm thinking, oh, isn't it exciting, I'm going to go and buy that. But then you suddenly have to think, no, stop. How many copies of the same record do you need? You're running out of space here. There's no room for anything else apart from records. You don't need 7 copies of Deep Purple in rock. Well, you do, but you know what I mean? I don't need another one. Don't need any more. But if I see one that I haven't got, I'll probably go and buy it. Where do you draw the line? Where do you stop? Where do you say, no, enough is enough. I'm not buying the same record again. But then, what do you do? Do you say, well, you know what? I'm 60 now. Do I want to get into loads of new stuff or just stick with what I've got? Because the chances are, if I'm realistic, the chances of listening to it all multiple times is probably not that good. Touch wood, hopefully it will be, but you never know. And so, what do you do? Where do you draw the line? What do you say? Stop. So I'm at the point now where, what do? Do I focus on the music that I like, that I've got, the bands that I like, and keep collecting as a collector? So when somebody offers me a Greek pressing of Machine Head, do I buy it? Because I haven't got a Greek pressing of Machine Head. Do I buy it to add to the collection, or do I say, no, I've got enough copies of Machine Head already, I'd rather go and buy this album from a band I've never heard of, and then find out I like it. You've got to draw a line somewhere on you. So I'm at that point now where I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to declare myself a collector now, and all I'm going to buy is stuff connected to the stuff that I've already got, bands that I collect, artists that I really like, or whether I'm going to continue going off exploring new things. A lot of this came into my head the other week when I sort of realised that I hadn't got any Jethro Tull albums, and I ended up buying a few of those CD box sets. They're only cheap, so they're alright. But then I started looking at other bands that I hadn't got anything by. I haven't got any 10cc, I haven't got any Barclay James Harvest, bands like that. I've got them on digital stuff for when we were going to do the radio thing, but I haven't got a physical copy of them. And it's a case of, do I need them? Where do I stop? Do I stop now, or do I concentrate on filling in gaps? Where do you go? What does everybody else do? I want people to tell me. I've so few people watch this channel, there's probably only 3 of you out there to tell me, but the 3 of you is enough. I just want people to say, what do you do? What are you thinking of doing? Are you getting to the point where you're thinking, I don't need to buy any more stuff that I don't need? Or are you at the point where you're still enjoying buying Czechoslovakian 7-inch singles of the same 7-inch single that you had for years? I don't know, it's one of those things, isn't it? Are we all bonkers or what? What do you think? Let me know what your plan of attack is for the future. Do you ever do any culling? I tried to do a culling once, and I thought, right, I'll go for this and I'll see what I can get rid of. I think I found 2 that I wanted to get rid of. How far do you go with it? I mean, is there a point where you have to say, no, is it an illness? Is it a disease? Is it madness? What is it? I don't know. What is it about people like me? And I know there's plenty of other people out there that do it, because I've seen all their videos, all sitting on their sofa holding up their £350 box set of an album they've had for 50 years, and they've probably heard most of it already. So it isn't just me that does it. But has anybody else yet got to the point where they're starting to question their own sanity as to what they've been doing for the last 40 odd years, or constantly rebuying the same stuff over and over again? Well, you can only really play one at a time, can't you? So there you go. It's a bit of a quandary, really. I don't know what to do, because I keep thinking I'm not going to buy any more stuff, and then I find myself going, oh, there's a record fair next week, let's go to that. Where does it stop? What do you do? Is there a time to say no? I've got that on record, I've got that on CD, I don't need a box set of it as well, do I? Or do I? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know, if you can. It will be nice. It will be nice to know I'm not the only one who's potentially balmy. See you next time.
Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And tell us your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching.